Back when I was 9, I used to be able to do this poem off by heart, because I used to hear my dad do it all the time. It's an old recitation. It's called the Cremation of Sam McGee. Anybody know the Cremation of Sam McGee? A surreal, ghostly, spooky, shaggy dog story. And I don't know if I'll be able to remember it all, but it sort of goes like this. It's by Robert W. Service. And the book it's from is called Tales of the Yukon. Mr. Service was never in the Yukon. He was just a bank teller in someplace in Canada, Dawson City I think, and a guy came in called Sam McGee, and he was putting in his poke, and Robert was the bank teller, and he said, Sam McGee, huh? That's a good name. I need a rhyme for Tennessee. Do you mind if I borrow your name? And foolishly he said, yes. So, I shall do this poem stickless. That's only because I'm sitting down. Right. So, the Cremation of Sam McGee. There are strange things done in the midnight sun by the men who moil for gold. The Arctic trails have their secret tales that will make your blood. The northern lights have seen queer sights, but the queerest they ever did see was that night on the marge of Lake Labarge I cremated Sam McGee. Now Sam McGee was from Tennessee, where the cotton blooms and blows, while he left his home in the south to roam round the pole. God only knows. He was always cold, but the land of gold seemed to hold him like a spell, though he'd often say in his homely way that he'd sooner live in hell. On a Christmas day we were mushing our way over the Dawson Trail. Talk of your cold through the parka's fold, it stabbed like a driven nail. If our eyes we closed and the lashes froze till sometimes we couldn't see. It wasn't much fun, but the only one to whimper was Sam McGee. And that very night, as we lay packed tight in our robes beneath the snow, the dogs were fed and the stars overhead were dancing heel and toe. And he turns to me and, Cap, says he, I'll cash in this trip, I guess. But if I do, I'm asking that you won't refuse my last request. Well, he seemed so low that I couldn't say no. Then he says with a sort of moan, it's the cursed cold and it's got right hold till I'm chilled clean through to the bone. Yet tain't been dead is my awful dread of the icy grave that pains. So I want you to swear that foul or fair you cremate my last remains. Well, pal's last need is a thing to heed, so I swore I would not fail. So we started on at the crack of dawn, and God, I got gas and pale. He crouched over a sleigh and he raved all day of his home in Tennessee, and before nightfall a corpse was all that was left of Sam McGee. There wasn't a breath in that land of death, and I hurried, driven by a corpse half hid that I couldn't get rid because of the promise given. It was lashed to the sleigh and it seemed to say, you may curse your rolling brains. If you promise true, and it's up to you to cremate those last remains. Now, a promise made is a debt unpaid, and the trail is its own stern code. In the days to come, though my lips were dumb, in my heart I would curse that load. In the long, long night, by the lone firelight, while the huskies round in a ring howled out their woes to the homeless snows, God, how I loathed the thing. And every day that quiet clay seemed to heavy and heavier grow, and on I went till the dogs were spent and the grub was getting low. The trail was bad and I felt half mad, but I swore I would not give in, and I'd often sing to the hateful thing and it hearkened with a grin. Till I came to the marge of Lake Labarge and a derelict there lay. It was caught in the ice, but I saw in a trice it was called the Alice May. Then I looked at it, and I thought a bit, then I looked at my frozen chum. Then here, said I, with a sudden cry, is my cream at Torion. Some planks I tore from the cabin floor and I lit the boiler fire. Some coal I found that was lying around and I heaped the fuel higher. Flames just soared and the furnace roared, such a blaze you seldom see. And I burrowed a hole in the glowing coal and I stuffed in Sam McGee. Then I took a hike, for I didn't like to hear him sizzle so. The heavens howl and the huskies scowl and the wind began to blow. It was icy cold, but the hot sweat rolled down my cheeks, and I don't know why. And the greasy smoke in an inky cloak went streaking down the sky. I do not know how long in the snow I wrestled with grisly fear, but the stars came out and they danced about. Here again I ventured near. I was sick with dread, but I bravely said, I'll just take a peek inside. Guess he's cooked. This time I looked, then the door opened wide. And there sat Sam looking cool and calm in the heart of the furnace roared. And he wore a smile, you could see a mile, and he said, please, close that door. It's fine in here, but I greatly fear you let in the cold and storm. Since I left Plumtree down in Tennessee, it's the first time I've been warm. Yes, sir, Brian, there are strange things done in the midnight sun by the men who moil for gold. The Arctic trails have their secret tales that make your blood run cold there. The northern lights have seen queer sights, queerest they ever did see. It's that night on the marge of Lake Labarge, I cremated Sam McGee. Thank you. I haven't done that for over 60 years, so Robert Service became famous for that in the shooting of Dan McCrew. There were sort of things you did in an Irish 60s childhood. You stood by a piano, if you had a piano in hand, you did. There were a bunch of the bars was hooting it up in the Ballinad Saloon, or there were strange things done, and we used to all know those. Service used to write in a very funny way. Do not attempt this at home, children. He was in his cabin, and he put, you know, the rolls of wallpaper? So instead of wallpapering the walls, he put, in the middle of the cabin, he put the roll of wallpaper and let it fall down like that. And he paced around getting the rhythm, and when he got the rhythm, he'd tear off a piece of the wallpaper, write in 3-foot letters, stick it on the wall. So do not, you'll ruin your flat, right? So very strange altogether. And it became so famous, a poem, that poor old Sam McGee, remember I told you about him, can I use your name, Sam? For a rhyme for Tennessee. The bugger was haunted by the poem altogether. And it became such a tourist industry that you could buy genuine ashes of Sam McGee. And even Sam McGee bought genuine ashes of Sam McGee. And even Sam McGee was buried with his own genuine ashes of Sam McGee. So, weird sort of thing for